Good morning. Sergeant First Class Reginald Knight, retired, reporting. Defense Department and the Donald Trump administration continues to move the United States closer and closer to the Iran-Israeli conflict by moving assets into the region to include the USS Nimitz, which is an aircraft carrier with 5,000 personnel and a number of fighter planes to include F-16s, F-22 fighters, KC-10 refuelers, and other assets. The cover story is that they are removing these assets to protect U.S. bases in case Tehran wants to attack our forces. Well, here's the skinny. Iran is a nation of 85 million people, not just Persian, 11 different ethnicities with 11 different languages that was minding its own world business until Israel decided to attack them in the dark of night upon an allegation they have made for decades that they were days away from creating a nuclear bomb. The head shed in Tehran figured they would defend themselves, so they fired missiles into the Iron Dome, creating casualties and damage in Tel Aviv, because according to sources is that Israel miscalculated missile capability in Iran. And once again, Iran was minding its own business. They weren't threatening Israel. They were not making inflammatory statements. They were not massing troops along any particular border, just living their lives in peaceful coexistence. But over the past week, what has Israel done? Well, the IDF massacred 51 men in Gaza, waiting in line to collect flour to make bread for their families, as reported by BBC and a number of reputable news sources. Greta Thunberg, the climate change and peace activists, have gathered a ship with medicine, food, and supplies and wanted to bring them to Gazans. Israeli forces intercepted them in international waters, impounded their cargo, and Ms. Thunberg is still being detained by Israeli personnel. Now, we couple all that to 5 days of bombing Iran and their military facilities and their communities. So which one is the aggressor here? Who's the bigger threat? I'm saying this from the bottom of my heart, and I believe that the U.S. does not have an interest in this game, is that if you're going to be bully and pick on everyone at the playground, you should be able to take on all comers without help from your classmates or save from your teacher. If we continue down this path, it's going to cost American lives. And it's already cost an untold number of American taxpayer dollars, because to move assets from point A to B costs millions of dollars. I never thought that I would be on the same side of in agreement with MTG and some other members of the Republican Party. But this, the United States getting involved in this Israeli-led war, is bad business. And it's only a matter of time if we continue that it will lead to calamity. Sergeant First Class Reginald Knight, retired, reporting. If you like my videos, please like, share, and follow me on YouTube. Have a good day.